For our first episode of Ring On It, we bring on Snarly Carly, TikTok star,
Queen.
and all of her videos are in our DMs on TikTok.
Yes, our whole thread.
Yes, our entire thread is
It's like every
videos.
third video.
Yeah. So most of her videos are very like anxiety in relationship dating, and I thought that would be pretty good for us to kind of talk about because Lord knows
There's lots of it.
we've had our fair share.
Yep.
And for episode 1, I think just right off the bat, like we're just diving right in. Starting off strong. Yeah. And what were some of your favorite parts?
She made me feel very optimistic.
Aw.
I don't know. Her words were good, and she's had bad experiences and good experiences. So made me, hopefully I'll have some good ones soon.
And she's been in a 5-year relationship, which
Yes.
is crazy.
Yes.
And lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, right?
But from like
A
living
long distance one too.
Right.
Long distance relationships, long-term relationships, new relationships, all the tea.
all the tea, all the shade. In our first episode of A Ring on It.
Cheers.
Carly, welcome to Ring on It.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here.
Yes, we're going to talk about everything romance, anxiety, all of that good
All of
stuff.
the above.
Yes. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm an anxious person who has a lot of trouble in the dating world. I have kind of developed this social identity, I guess, and social platforms. At first, it was really around mental health. I was in a long-term relationship at the time when I started creating content. And so I would talk about my anxiety in general and my other mental health, challenges, day-to-day things. I didn't really talk about relationship stuff because while I obviously had my relationship challenges, that relationship ultimately ended. I wasn't trying to put my boyfriend on blast at the time.
Right.
Naturally.
Yeah. But no, when we broke up and I kind of like re-entered the dating world at a very different place in my life. The last time I was single, I was in my early 20s, and now I'm in, I hate to say it, my early 30s. Very early. 31. I had this new inspiration for my content.
Nice.
Unfortunately, a lot of it very much like my frustrations with the dating world and how a lot of things haven't changed. And that's not the best because you're thinking things will be different. Right. We're all older now.
Right.
And
everyone's mature.
Yeah, all these men
never
have
changes.
been trained, right? They've been in long-term relationships now. They've been released back to us better than before. Psych.
Yeah, wrong.
And then on the other hand, I was like, I've changed. I've matured. I don't need a man to validate me. Oh, no, baby. We're the exact same. We haven't changed. So, yeah, lots of shocking discoveries. And then, like I said, my content sort of pivoted because it became about sort of anxiety and dating and how they're intertwined and how, you do have definitely different experiences in the dating world when you're somebody who lives with a lot of anxiety in general, at least I think. I mean, I think dating in general, no matter what, is always going to be a little bit anxiety inducing, but certainly compound it with like pre-existing underlying
Totally.
Right.
anxiety across the board.
For sure.
Doesn't make it any easier.
Yeah.
Yes, and like before the show too, I was like talking to Katie about it because she was when I told her you were coming on, she was like, "Oh my gosh, Maddie, I've sent you like her TikToks before."
I
Like,
swear, my whole For You page is that.
I love that.
And
Yeah.
it's so relatable every time.
I was gonna say, I feel like you two very much have the same.
Yes.
Like,
It's so funny
wavelength.
whenever people are like, I relate to your content so much. I'm like, thank you, but I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm so sorry you're feeling
so
this way too.
sorry that you have
Yes.
to relate to those things,
Yeah.
but also welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good not to be alone, you know?
Well, this is it. Yeah, misery loves company. So.
Yes.
Yeah. No, and like, yeah. So tell me a little bit more about your long-term relationship you were in, if you don't mind, kind of giving.
Yeah,
Going
I was
deep.
with my ex for around 5 years, and
5 years?
Yeah, so from like
That's a hefty one. I've never been
24
there.
to 29. Yeah, it was the longest relationship I've had. And when we met, we were long distance. He was living in Toronto. I was living in Halifax. And then like that was right before COVID happened. So then when that happened, it was like let's live together. And obviously in a very intense way, because you're not only living together, but going from long distance to like, you are
everything.
Yeah. Like we're too close. There's
Right.
no space. But no, I mean, our relationship, it had its ups and downs and challenges for sure. But like for the most part, I can look back on it pretty fondly. I don't know if he would say the same, but it just ran its course, and there were certain things we weren't aligned on. And again, I'm laughing in my head thinking about him listening to this, probably being like,
have a whole different
I
side of the story.
completely disagree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we had a house together. We had a dog and a cat together.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Don't even
Kylie.
See, doesn't that make your fears more real?
Oh my gosh, because that's where I'm at right now in my relationship. Where like we're talking about like
That
living
step,
together
kind of,
and stuff,
yeah.
and that's like terrifying. It's
Okay.
so scary.
Well, two things. One, at the time, I was like, it's just a house.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
people get houses and then they unget them.
Right.
But obviously, if I had been able to see into a crystal ball into the future, you know, like you don't get a house with someone because you plan on breaking up.
Right.
Naturally.
Right.
But I just kind of thought it'll be no big deal. I'll just pop off the mortgage and just go on my merry way. Well, it's not to discourage you. It's not exactly that simple.
Right.
I had a call with the bank the other day, and like I hired a lawyer. Like I paid money to get off this mortgage. I've been doing this forever. And they're like, oh, by the way, like, what is this $450,000 loan? And I'm like, what? They're like, it's still on there. So
Oh gosh.
as a cautionary tale, it is not, maybe I'm super naive, but I was like, it'll be no problem. It is a little bit of a pain, I will say, to get off a mortgage. But like in general, I think these are the risks you have to take when you're in a relationship, right? Like
That
is so true.
yeah, it's not the end of the world.
right.
It's not a baby.
Right. That's worse.
That's terrifying.
That's
obviously
truly
you
for
can't-
life.
You
Oh
can't
my
get rid of
God.
that
That's
one.
not just a matter of
Yeah.
fighting with the bank for a bit.
Yeah, that unfortunately makes me want to vomit. But yeah,
Yes.
The thought of that is
Me
very
too.
scary. Yeah.
Very
no,
scary.
definitely, and even just like an apartment, but also this economy for one. Everything is $1 million. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
So like that's
And I
problem
think
number
like
one.
that's a big thing when I think about people that I know in a lot of relationships, and now that I'm single, I'm often like, can I even name like 3 relationships that I would want to be in? Like a lot of the relationships I see, I'm like, are they really that happy? And then I'm like, why are people together? And I'm like,
Yes. What's the point?
you know, the cynic in me is like, well, it's the economy. Nobody can afford to be single. So that's why they're together.
Everyone needs a roommate.
Everyone needs a roommate.
That's
It's
so
nice to have
real.
a roommate that you can split all your bills with.
Yep.
You know,
Fair.
be intimate with. That's great.
Yeah.
Why not?
And even then too, it's like, yeah, like moving in with a girly, I think like as much as like it would be so nice to like live with my boyfriend, I do think like you were talking about that, like moving out solo with your work
Yeah.
and everything like that,
Yes.
if they supported you with that, which
Yeah.
would be my dream.
A dream to live
Right.
alone.
Yes.
Also kind of scary because I've obviously never done that, but
Right.
I think it would be fun
Yeah.
and good for me because
Living alone is a experience. It's
Right.
like one minute you're laughing, you're dancing, you're like, this is literally a scene from Sex and the City, and the next minute you're like crying and you're like,
Yeah.
I'll die alone.
Right.
It's just me
Right.
and my dog. But you'll love it.
yeah,
It's great.
I'm excited for that. I
Yeah.
think.
See, that's it's so cool. But also, yeah, living with somebody else. I even feel like a friend too, because I've
Yeah.
had friends who like they live with somebody and it just like their friendship.
I've heard
dies.
so many horror stories.
I know.
Yeah. Most of the roommates I've had in my life, I'm no longer friends with. That
Right.
is inclusive
Team.
of boyfriends and
Right.
friends
Yeah.
in general. It's really difficult
Yeah.
to share a space with someone. Like people have different ways of living, different habits. Like I'm
Yeah.
so particular and like really obsessive about cleaning that it would be. I can appreciate that it would be a nightmare to live with me.
Fair enough.
Just like it's
we love
a nightmare for me to live with
It's
literally
important.
anybody
Someone else is
else.
important.
Yeah.
Totally. So, what is your biggest anxiety with relationships in kind of this day and age, having experienced such a long one before?
Yeah, I mean, I think what really scares me, so coming out of that long-term relationship, I was dating someone off and on for 7 or 8 months. And that was really not a great experience.
Right.
Like a situationship or
yeah,
like date?
I mean, I don't even know what to call it at this point. At the time, there were times when it was like, "You're my girlfriend," and I was like, "Really?"
Or
and I look
are
back, I'm like,
you?
"I think you were saying that to a lot of
Say,
people."
you have like the
What's
amount of like Snapchat vlogs I would get
Oh
from
my
Katie.
gosh, I
Like
know.
she'd go out on Saturday and then like Sunday morning, it's like a half hour of like
You've
the
got to
purple.
update the girls.
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, yeah,
always diabolical and random too, but
Yeah.
it never
it
makes
ends
sense.
up in like Lawrencetown and
Oh,
like I'm like, Katie, how
yes.
the fuck did you
It's a
get
couple adventures.
How did we get anywhere?
there? Right?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do when you're young. But yeah, I think my biggest anxiety would be like when you first meet someone, they can present themselves as someone completely different than who they really are. And like everybody does that to a
Absolutely.
degree. Of course, you're going to put your best foot forward and you're going to, you know, try to impress somebody and show them the better sides of you. Like I'm not going to be like my super cranky, irrational,
No,
emotional.
Of course
No,
not.
Absolutely.
We all have flaws. You're not going to show, but I think sometimes you meet somebody, you think they're one thing, and then it turns out that they're completely different, and
Always.
that's terrifying
That's
because
so scary.
Yeah, and it's like, so I'm seeing someone now, someone new.
Oh, tea.
So there is
Okay.
hope. I'm like, when am I going to learn my lesson? There has to be a
No.
lesson
When are the
here.
true colors
I'm like,
gonna come
it's
out?
going
Right.
too well.
Yeah.
That's so good though. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about that. What's the tea?
Well, I know I've been like trying not to say too much because then
Oh,
I go
that's
I go and I say a bunch
And then
of
you
things
jinx
and then
it
I
the
look
second
like
you tell
an
someone.
idiot. Yeah.
Anytime I tell someone about someone that I'm excited about, they're gone the next day. I swear.
literally.
So I get it.
The
Yeah.
other day, texting about this guy you met
Yes.
at a party, and then
Yes. I texted Maddie. I was so excited because I never agree to dates because anxiety, dating, men, scary. And I agreed to one. And I was like, Maddie, you'll never believe. I agreed to go on a date. And she was like, that's so exciting. Literally the next day, he texts me, actually, I think I'm going to get back with my ex-girlfriend. So
Oh, it was a prank.
that was a prank. That was a joke.
Fine.
The one time I
Yeah,
agree and
it was a skit.
Yeah.
it was a skit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, I just can't. So
That's-
I get it. We can never say too much.
Like
Can't get our hopes
literally
up.
the worst case scenario, like you sitting there, you're waiting for a text from your potential date, and you're like, imagine if you like got back with his ex. No, he
No,
really
we
did.
literally did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And this is why Katie always sends your TikToks.
That's what I mean. Like, I
I'm like,
get
that's
it.
content right there.
Yes.
Yeah, make a note of that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is what happened with the last guy I was like off and on seeing. And at one point when I'm putting this in air quotes, like exclusively dating, like in a relationship, I shared him on my social media. And then don't I get like messages from these girls being like,
hey,
oh, you're
girl.
also
Hey,
dating.
girly.
Yeah, you're also dating so-and-so. And then it just became this whole thing. And then I was getting people messaging me being like, so, yeah. And then I looked and felt like an idiot.
Right.
Right.
Because I was an idiot, frankly. But
it happens to the best
yeah,
of us.
so now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait like a little bit and see. But so far, yeah, it's going really well. It's somebody who
Good.
actually lives here. Like my previous guy was in the US and it was long distance and it was
that's hard.
even further complicates things, obviously.
Yeah. You love a long distance.
I really
Seriously.
love a long distance.
She likes her space.
Okay, first of all, long distance keeps the spark alive. You cannot.
Yes,
it makes it more
run-
exciting
It
when
makes it more
you're-
exciting. You cannot
Yeah.
like run it into the ground, spending every minute together in like
Like distance
3
makes
months.
the heart grow fonder or something like that.
Distance makes
that
the heart go
sounds like the right
fonder.
thing.
That
Yeah,
is
maybe.
And then every time you see each other, now some people would argue that this is not a good thing, like long term, but it's like a little vacation,
Right.
and it's so
Make
exciting.
a little
It's so
trip
fun.
out of it.
And I love knowing that I have someone, but I don't need them right there all the time. Like I want to be
Clingy. You
doing
don't
my
want
own
clingy
thing,
energy.
but in the back of my mind, I'm like, someone loves me. So
Aw.
it's the best of both worlds. However, it
Honestly.
did not go that way
Right.
in that particular
Right.
situation.
And I feel like that just increases the anxiety. I did long distance
Yeah.
one time, and I don't think I'll ever do it again.
You know what though? I
'Cause of that
I almost
anxiety.
feel like it's like training camp because now that I've done long distance so many times, it's like if I'm dating a guy here and he's like, I'm going away for a week with the boys. Like before then, I would have been like, oh no, like what am I
Right.
gonna do? And now I'm like, that's literally nothing.
Right.
That's baby
Right.
food. I've been
Yeah.
Through the
so much
ringer.
worse.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
but yeah, it's great. Like I did say for the longest time after my long-term relationship ended, I was like, I'm so frustrated with. I say this, but I didn't even really give it a chance. I was like frustrated with dating in Halifax. I know everybody here is either
Everybody knows everybody.
my ex or my cousin's
Oh,
ex
the
or
world
my
is so
ex's.
small.
My
Yeah.
boyfriend is your brother's friend. Like in the same like
Also
friend
It's
group.
small.
always too close.
It's
too
it's
close. It's
too
terrifying.
close.
I hate it.
She texts me. She's like, "Guess who? I met this guy. Like blah blah."
Downtown.
I was like, "Oh, like that's so exciting." She's like, "Here's a picture." I was like, Maddie.
No, it's literally like you're afraid to tell your friends because they're like, "What's his name?" And I'm like, "Ooh, like as soon as you."
Or what's his last name? Because
And
that's
then
what
they're
happened
like,
too. I'm like, no.
Oh my God, I have a million stories, and I'm like,
Yes.
okay, well, I'm
Right.
just gonna
Or
respectfully.
like he hooked up with like my friend, or
Yeah.
like he cheated on
connected
this
to
person,
violence.
There's always
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
And like,
Gross.
so I really didn't expect to meet anybody here.
But you did.
But I did.
Awesome.
So I'm just like plugging my ears. I'm like, I don't want to hear anything. If anybody knows anything, don't tell me.
Right.
I'm like, I'm good. I will just blindly.
Yeah.
Aw. But what makes this situation different from, say, like your past ones? Like, why does this kind of give you more?
I think I'm just realizing it should be easy when you like someone else and they like you. Maybe not the exact same amount because that's never going to happen, but it should be at least close.
Right.
Then it's easy.
Yeah.
There isn't this big like argument conversation of like, well, are you talking to other people? Like,
You don't have to question it.
you don't have to
Like,
question it
yeah.
because you just feel confidence. Like we like each other enough that, of course, like that's the direction it's going in. We want to spend time together. You feel like emotionally safe, and then at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared
Right.
because
What's
I don't
next?
want to feel too safe because then I'm gonna
Yeah.
get
Right.
it's gonna
Blindsided.
blow up in my face. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been that long, and then of course, like you do hear things, and then you spiral, and then you get really anxious.
it's that
and then
anxiety.
my
God.
problem is, I'm like, wait, this is going well. I'm like, I know what to do. Let me blow it up. Let me
Self-sabotage.
self-sabotage.
Let me
Yeah.
get out of here.
Yes.
Yes.
This is not familiar. This is not
No,
cozy. You know what's cozy? Chaos.
Right? No, that literally happened one time with you. I was here
gosh.
and I forget how the story went, but somebody got somebody flowers. I
Oh,
texted my boyfriend
how
and I was
sweet.
like, "Oh, how sweet is that?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
cool." And I was like, "Okay."
It wasn't just like a fun anecdote. Have flowers on the counter
Yeah,
when I
hint,
get home.
hint.
I know.
Yeah.
So I'm blowing up Katie. Like I'm like at work and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like he literally doesn't care. Like he doesn't care about me, all this stuff. Then he texts me, he goes, "Go down to your lobby."
No,
And
stop
he DoorDashed
it.
flowers and Diet Coke.
Girl, buy the house. Have the baby for all I care.
Right?
Whoa.
Give it
But,
a
like,
year.
I was like gagged. I was like, and then I felt so guilty though because I like spammed
like,
Katie.
"Fuck
And then
him."
I know I was so mad. And then I got it and I texted Katie. I was like, actually, can you just ignore everything I just
Like, oops,
said?
wrong person.
take it back.
That's
But it's like I
not-
got in my own head and it's like,
Yeah.
why am I second guessing? Like,
Oh yeah, I do this
know.
thing where I'll get like pre-mad about something.
That-
I like pre-plan
Yes.
a fight based on something that I'm anticipating is going to happen, and then
Yes.
it doesn't even happen, and I'm like, but I was like already ready for
I was
the
ready
fight.
for this.
I
Why
was
didn't
ready.
it happen?
I
Yes.
literally had all my lines rehearsed, and
prepped.
I was gonna win that fight.
right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, I
love that.
literally didn't do anything. I'm like, you're an angel,
right?
but
I'm
I've
ready.
still got it ready.
On
It's
deck.
just
It's-
in case.
we
It's
never
locked
forget.
and loaded.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's the thing, like anxiety in a relationship versus like anxiety being single too. Like there's just so
I have it everywhere. I have anxiety about starting a relationship because of past traumas. But then when I'm in it, I also have anxiety because do I actually know who you are? And
Yeah.
are you going to do the same thing everyone else has?
100%. And I think too, like the anxiety for me in a relationship is, well, is this the right person?
Yeah.
Am I wasting
How
my
do you know?
time? Even when it's good or somewhat good, I like to think when you really do meet the right person, you don't have that thought. Well, maybe now and then it
Yeah.
creeps in, but I would like to think that
just
more often than not, you're confident that this is the right person or this is a right enough person and we choose to make it work. And I choose that over the chaos of being single and trying, like, you know what I
Right.
mean? Because I really don't know that I believe there's like a soulmate necessarily, but I do
Right.
think,
Yeah, because how would you know?
like,
Yeah.
But there are people you're like compatible with, platonic or romantic. Really.
exactly.
Like-
And that's another thing I think being single is so difficult because you'll get into these situationships or you'll go on a date or you find yourself like interested in somebody, but then you start like to really it unfolds as that you're not compatible. But instead of just being like, whoa, you know what? I do have some feelings for you, but we're clearly not compatible. It's like we scratch and claw at it and we're like, no, we have to make it work. We have to make the round pegs fit in the square hole. And it doesn't. And then instead of just being like, you know what? That didn't work. That wasn't a fit. We're like, I'm unlovable. I'm undateable. I'm
Right.
crazy. He's
Let
in
it
a
ruin your life.
exactly.
Yes.
And we like make it so much more challenging for ourselves.
For
It's
no
like, it doesn't have to be.
reason,
It should be
Right.
just like, nope, on to the next. But I say that, but I don't live by that at all. Because like
Right.
when your heart's involved, then it's really difficult.
I'm the same. I say that I feel like I'm really good at giving advice, but never good
You
at
are.
taking my own.
Yeah, no, you're horrible
Yes.
at taking.
Because I'd be like, let go. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Move on. And for me, I'm like, no, but just one more chance. It's okay.
No, literally, I can
it's
sit there and give
not.
my friend the best advice in the
Yes.
world, and at the end, I close my mouth and I go, "Who said
said
that?"
that?
I'm like,
Not me.
oh my god, like she's a therapist,
Yeah.
and then I go turn my back and go do the exact opposite.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time.
I'm like,
Every
you're a
time.
queen, you deserve the best, but for me, I will take literal abuse. I'm fine.
Yes.
What is up with that? And it feels like doesn't matter like how amazingly healthy a relationship is or anything. Like it just feels like that little voice is
Yeah.
like always there.
Definitely.
But there is hope.
There
at
is
the end of
hope.
the day.
Yeah, well, I mean, I sometimes think too, like, do I need to necessarily believe that I'm going to meet someone I spend the rest of my life with for there to be hope? Like maybe I meet somebody who I have an amazing relationship with.
Yep.
Maybe I have 4 marriages. It's like,
period.
yeah, it's like different eras.
yeah.
Like my first marriage, it's lovely, it's sweet. My
Yeah.
second marriage, a little bit chaotic, but that's
Right.
fine. Third marriage, that's where we get paid. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Never
you know.
know.
So
Choose your adventure.
Yeah,
choose
Maybe
your
have multiple.
adventure. Choose your adventure. I heard that somebody being interviewed on podcast the other day, or she was like calling into the podcast and she was like, I've been divorced 3 times. Like, I don't know how to talk about that when I'm on dates. And the host of the podcast was like, celebrate it. Like, that's amazing. You had 3 amazing experiences, 3
Connections,
long-term connections that were marriages. Like, that's super cool. And you were brave enough to end them when it didn't work and move on to the next. And I'm like, yeah,
Period.
so
We talk about jewelry a lot in this episode, and we want to thank Charm Diamond Centers for giving us this amazing jewelry.
Stunning pieces.
And also, we talk about men's jewelry too, which I
Yes.
don't think is talked about enough. So,
No.
the men that are listening, go get your chains.
Go get your jewelry.
It'll make your girl happy.
Green flag.
From Charm Diamond Centers.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It's like it's important to like obviously situations suck and when you're losing someone or like something's not going the way you planned it to, but I feel like it's also is important to celebrate, like you said, like what has come out of it or like maybe who you have become or will become because of
Yeah.
the situation. Which
Aw,
it was hard.
that was so good.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah,
but like I
totally.
feel like it is important. In the moment when something's ending, you're obviously the end of the world. I
Yeah.
hate my life.
Yeah.
This sucks. But I can say from experience, like
yeah.
about a year ago, I had that, and I feel the best I've ever been in a long time now. So it's like you have to celebrate that too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And it's so cliche to be like, everything happens for a reason, but everything happens. And then
Yeah. And you deal with it.
you deal with it. And then you can find reasons if you want to,
Yeah.
which I think, like you said, I can think back on the really difficult times that I've had, whether it be in a relationship or single, but just feeling lonely, feeling like I'm never going to find love. And then, you know, even now where I'm at, I'm like, I wouldn't be in this position. I wouldn't be seeing the person I'm seeing. I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys. Just the way that things unfold in general, and the person that you become because of all those hardships. It really does. I think when you do meet the right person, you're prepared for it. You know what you don't want,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you learn a lot about how to communicate in a relationship, how not to communicate in a
Right?
relationship. You know,
If
like,
not at all sometimes.
Oh, man.
yeah. And I too, like I think I'm thankful for having, you know, all these different experiences with different people. I have friends who are with their, you know, high school sweetheart, and I think that's amazing too. But I think for me, like the growth
Absolutely
and
not.
the different chapters of my life, like you know, if you'd have told me when I was 20 that I'd be 31 and living alone with a dog, single, unmarried, no kids, I would be like,
You'd be like,
okay,
yeah, right.
loser. Like,
Right.
where did she go
But
wrong?
your dog's so
Right.
cute.
My
Like,
dog is everything. But now, you know what? I honestly wouldn't change. I wouldn't change it. Like,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And 31 doesn't feel as old as I thought it would.
No. It's not. It's. I don't know. I used
It's
to
really
think that.
not.
Yeah.
I'm like waiting for someone to agree. I'm like, it's pretty young, you guys.
It is. No, it is.
Pretty young.
Yeah.
No, I mean, period. And you have such a big platform too. I mean, and you've touched people like Katie and I as well. And
Yeah.
we listen to your content and we watch it and we share it. And
Yeah.
it's super relatable. And I don't know, like both of us are on very different journeys
Yeah.
in life as well. But we both can like agree. Like she sends me something like, oh my gosh, true. Period, queen.
True.
Like,
Period,
you know,
girl.
it's like, it's so real and
Felt.
relatable.
Yeah, I love that. I know, and it's hard to appeal to the masses. Like, obviously, at first, when I was just talking about mental health and anxiety, and like that was kind of casting a wider net. But then when you're talking about dating, I'm like, well, I don't want to exclude all the people in relationships. And now I've started seeing someone. I'm like, no, well, I don't want to be in a relationship because then I can't talk to people who are dating anymore. And it's like, well, you know
Right.
what? I've experienced all of the above,
do
so
it
you can
all.
really talk about. And I think a lot of these things apply whether you're in a relationship or not. You've still, you know, you've still been in the dating world, or you've still had an argument with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, on that note, though, we have a little segment that we do, and it's icks and ahs. And I'm going to ask you a list of things, and you tell me if it's like an ick or if it's like, oh, like that's romantic.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm terrified. I think everything's an ick.
I know. I was going to say. Okay, so super like rapid fire. So posting a couple's photo dump with a super long love caption.
Ick.
Ick. The long
The long
caption.
caption got me. If it
got
was like
me.
a cute, like,
If it was like a birthday post and there was a couple and then it was like happy birthday
That's
or like
fine.
something
I like a
a
short and
liner,
sweet
a one
caption.
liner. Cute.
I also like a short.
yeah, short. Keep it short and sweet.
the
sweetheart.
caption lost me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Planning an entire wedding on Pinterest before you're engaged.
Aww.
I don't think that's bad.
I'm saying aw because I do it.
I feel like a lot of people I know do it.
yeah.
It's not like planning like a necessarily specific person, but like
Yeah.
a specific vibe or like
No.
you know?
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
don't
changing
think
my mind. Ick. Well, if a guy did it, I'm like ick.
Oh,
if
what
a
if
girl
a
does
girly
it, I'm
did
like,
it?
you go off, queen.
Right?
Yeah,
You
okay.
Type A legend. But if
Yeah.
a guy did it, I'm
A
like, calm
legend.
down.
Yeah. A guy might be a little different story.
That is
I've never
well-
heard of a guy doing that.
I
There are
don't
a
know
lot
any
of
men who have
views.
Pinterest.
Period.
Well,
Okay.
straight men. And you know what? If they do, iconic. But I
Right.
can't think of any.
No,
Well,
me
Pinterest
either.
and
Reveal
Visco,
yourselves.
red flag.
Visco.
If a man has Visco,
Yeah.
pack it up.
If he's posting on Instagram more than once a month, it's like,
Pack it
Wow.
up. Anyway.
okay, queen,
Wow.
in your feminine energy, go off.
Oh my god. Okay. Moving on. Oh. Matching usernames or bios on social media. So like having like the @
It's like when they have in their bio like so and so's girl, so and so's guy.
Or they make their username. Yep. I know lots of people that do that.
Yeah, guys, that's so cringe.
Usernames
you
is
do
Oh,
it?
no,
worse.
not username bios. Username's bad.
Oh, you
bios is
have it
not-
in your bio. I love when people do that. It's so cute.
I have lore behind it though. I did it because he was at Dow and I was like, when I was at like, I was scared a girl was gonna like look him up and he doesn't post like at all. Like he's like a ghost online. And I was like, what if a girl in his class thinks he's hot, searches him up,
Okay,
and
yeah.
doesn't see me?
Yeah, like you want to be
I want
involved.
it to be known that he has a girlfriend. So that was my
Yeah.
logic. Now it's just, I mean, I'm obviously on his page now, but I'm like, oh,
We're not going to remove it.
no, I'm not gonna remove it
Now that
because
it's
then that's a
there,
whole
it's-
other thing.
It's grandfathered
'Cause then
in.
what
Right?
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that
I
was
had it in my bio
embarrassing.
before too, but it was forced, and that made it.
See, that's what I
That
assume.
made it,
That's
like,
what I assume
not-
when I see it is that the
not-
other person's
that
like,
made
you
it
have to
ick.
put it there. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe we need to unpack a little bit
Right.
of our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that makes it an ick for me. But
Yeah.
like if I don't know.
Intention.
Yeah.
I say that like I didn't force him to do it. But
No,
it's fine.
he
It's
definitely
fine.
And I'm a
offered it
girl.
up.
Right?
For sure. All
Exactly.
guys offer that up.
Right? This was inspo from, okay, do you remember that one video of like the couch guy?
Oh my god.
Where like the girl flew to visit her boyfriend
Oh.
and like he had like
he was
girls
like on
around
the
him.
couch, like
Yes.
just
Yeah,
like,
with like
another
different
girl.
girls and stuff. Anyway,
Ugh.
this inspired my ick or ah. So flying across the country to surprise a partner without telling them prior, ick or ah.
That's situational in my opinion.
Yeah, like in theory, it's really cute, but I just imagine like I'm at home, I've got Love Island on, I've got a snack, I have crispy Diet Coke, I'm about to go
just
in,
like,
and I just knock
oh.
on the door. I'm like, I was not prepared for
feel
this.
like
I
you
like to plan too, so I was like,
Yeah.
I would
I'm-
hate
I'm like, I
this.
didn't have an everything
I need a
shower.
detailed
I'm
plan.
not
Right?
ready.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would almost like it would be better if you if they were in contact with somebody, like maybe not
Yes.
you,
Friend or
Yes.
but if they were in
something.
contact with someone and they're like, okay, what is her
Prep.
plans on whatever
Yeah.
night, so that Your friend, it's the same thing with like an engagement when you like your friend makes sure you have your nails done.
You
Yes.
need an
like the same
inside job.
energy. Like the friend
Yeah.
that
Oh, I
gives
like
you
that.
insight, you know?
Yeah, if my friend
Because-
was like, we're going to go for drinks tonight. And I
Yeah.
was all cute and ready to go. And then they were there from across the country.
Or like
I'd
you
be
just show up. I have like a bunch of plans with my friends this weekend and you just show up.
Yeah,
Now
no.
you're like a burden to my plans. You
You
know?
need to be considerate about it.
Considerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw.
That's the word.
But for all of these, can I just say it really is like depends on how much I like them. If I'm like head over heel, if I like him more than he likes me and he does any of these,
Of
But
course.
if he likes me more than I like him, they're all icks. And that's really what it boils down to.
yeah.
That is-
Situational.
That is so real, though. Oh my god. Okay, we're getting through. Okay. Okay. Creating a shared playlist to reflect your relationship.
I have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one time I was gonna say ick
Really?
and you both say aw is
say
crazy
it.
to me.
No, I think that's cute. Dependent. Also, I think everything depends because, like, what
yeah.
point of the relationship are you at?
That's true. I feel
Is
like
it
that's
actually
very,
Very
like-
early days.
I was gonna say that's very start
Right.
of relationship
Yeah.
coded because I
Right.
actually do.
And then like
think
down
I
the
do.
line, I'm like, I hate your stupid music. Why are you always listening to this
Right.
crap?
That's so real.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's okay. Public proposals.
Ick.
What do you mean you're supposed to do it in private?
Well, like dramatically public.
Restaurant.
Like
Restaurant
that's-
to me is very lazy.
Yeah, to
I
me
think
that's
it
a
is
no.
too.
There's so
No
many people
offense.
around.
It's better than
It's-
nothing. But it's
right.
like you didn't put any thought into it.
Yeah.
You saw it in a movie and you were like, that'll do.
Right.
That'll do this.
That'll
That's just
do.
a regular
Yeah.
like date. You know, it's not
Yeah.
like special until the ring comes out.
You know what? I want like it needs to be for me a memory, like something we did.
Yes.
Like one of the first dates or the first place we kissed or the first
Yes,
like
something
take me
sentimental.
there. I don't care if it's like the
love
McDonald's
that.
parking. Well, no, that's a bit. of a stretch.
Actually, I completely
take that
take
back.
that
I'm
back.
like, dude, that is not true. If anyone's listening, no.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be the like most amazing place in the world, but it's like
Yeah.
more the thought that goes
Somewhere
into it. I
special.
think. Somewhere
Yeah.
special. So whether
Yeah.
that's public or not, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so real. I want I talked to Colby about this multiple times, but I want like a flower field and I want it to be private. Like I want like a
Yeah.
phone set up somewhere or like
Yeah.
a friend
No-
with like
yeah,
a
a
camera
friend. Of
because I
course.
want
You
it all
need
on
the content.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want it very like cutie. Saying I love you on the third date.
That's I'm
That's-
sorry.
that's a red
crazy
flag.
That's a
work.
little soon. Yeah.
Flag on the
Third
play.
date, I'm like, I don't even remember your name.
Yeah.
No.
Who's this again?
Yeah. Third date is a little. is
That's
a little
crazy
soon. I was-
behavior.
I was trying to think. I was like, how like far is it between like what isn't crazy? Where's like the line? How many dates in?
Well,
I
again,
guess
I
it's
think you should be
situational
to
too,
the point
though.
where you're not counting dates anymore. You know what I
That
mean?
is
Like, it's
so
not
Yeah,
like,
like,
well,
oh, going
this
on
is
my
our
third date.
my
27th
16th date.
date.
Holy
And like, at what point is it no longer a date? You're just hanging out.
You're just
Right.
If you haven't
being in a
got to like,
relationship.
if you haven't gotten to
Yeah.
like, you know, having your makeup off, having an ugly sleepover,
Right.
you shouldn't be saying I love you.
Right, because the third date, like, they're not even your boyfriend at this point, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
So
think.
why are you saying I love
Yeah.
you?
Right.
Do you think you should say I love you before or after you have the conversation about being boyfriend and girlfriend?
Absolutely. Like you
After?
should be. Yeah. After.
After.
Definitely. Or.
Really?
I sense
I'm
a
like,
story.
this is research for an at-home project.
Oh, for an
Yeah.
at-home project is
Yeah.
crazy. I think it is though, like a vibe. Like Colby and I were pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie, but we were dating.
I think
but
peop-
I think we dated pretty quick too.
Yeah.
People are
So-
scared to do it quickly, which I
Yeah.
don't necessarily see a problem with it being quickly because feel your
I think
emotions.
if you're in love, life is too
Feel
short
them.
to not say that you're in love. But
Yes.
it is
Aw.
a red flag if you're in love when you've met
When you're-
somebody 2 times.
when you're dating, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if,
right.
However,
Yeah.
like
yeah.
say it if you. I'm never gonna be mad if someone says they love me. I'm like, okay. Oh my god. I'm like, I couldn't frankly understand
love
why.
attention,
But
like-
I will not be
yes.
saying it back
I'm
to
like,
you
say
at
it
that
again.
point,
Say it again.
probably.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I love spending time apart. No.
Art is crazy. I love that.
Fair.
Also, matching outfits. This one. Yeah. What do we think? Ick or awe?
I kind of love him. I love a matchy.
I like
moment.
it, but I don't think like dramatically.
Yes.
We don't need to have the same set from Princess Polly.
No.
But
we can like kind of color coordinate a little.
Yeah.
I like a color coordinated.
if we're in
moment.
Greece, we're gonna be in all white. We might both have the like sweaters over our shoulders.
Right.
Aw.
We're like
Right.
Yeah.
Same vibe,
cosplaying
same
White
energy.
Lotus. Yeah.
Or like those like when she has like the bikini pattern and then he has like the
Yes.
portraits.
I think those are cute.
Also, if it's accidental, we like come out of the rooms and we're like, oh my god, we're wearing the same.
Twin.
Right. That's But like
Yeah.
if it's too
Yeah.
Matching
Over the
Princess
top
Polly set
planning.
is crazy.
Or like I get dressed and then he's like, oh wait, I have something, and like matches it. I'm like, are you
No.
Oh,
a
yeah.
fan? What is this?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't like that. Soft launching your partners. I think that's an odd.
I
like soft launches.
like a soft launch. I think I'm like an investigator, so I like when other people do it. I don't think I've ever done it.
I have
Not like to a crazy
Wait, so
extent.
is that like, it's just like when you have like a hand in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
it's
but
like
we
you
don't
post
know.
that you're
no
out to
one's
dinner.
tagged. No one's
Yeah,
tagged.
no one's tagged, or it's like you
I
can
love
see
that.
Like,
It's like a
I
little
love it. I love to
sneaky
investigate.
hint.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
don't want
nosy.
you-
I eat
People
that
wonder.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this day and age, I think a hard launch it's not in anymore. It's not in vogue.
no.
Don't
I hard launch mine so insane. Like I want to be like sneaky and mysterious.
Well, like
but
at
I'm
some
not that girl,
point,
and that's
obviously,
okay.
you're not gonna just like have the corner of his hand in forever.
True,
But like the
right.
first, you got to introduce it slowly.
Yeah.
So like there's a quarter of his face, there's half his face.
Yeah.
Make sure it's real life.
right
Before
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I want there to be whispers in the wind. I want people to be like,
Yes. And when
who
you
is it?
finally do the
Right?
hard launch, everyone's like,
I
oh
say that
my
as though
gosh.
anyone
True.
cares. They're like, I'm like,
I care. So like, I'm
Right?
sure other people are like me.
But I just love being nosy. That's my
Yeah.
problem, though. Like I love snooping at people. And
Yeah.
kind of like I was
it
like,
is
who is
fun,
this?
especially
Like,
if you figure it out. Then you're like, I am.
yeah.
and if it's
Indiana
messy
Jones.
too, and there's a reason
Oh
they're
my
soft launching. That's
gosh.
too-
Yeah.
Anyway.
yeah.
And last one, wearing each other's initials as jewelry. I think more specific, a girl having their initial. Or his
A girl
initial.
having his initial?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Like that. Taylor
I see.
Swift song.
Maybe like I'm self obsessed, but I want to wear my own initial. But he can also wear my. He can also
That's
wear.
fair.
You know, in a perfect
We have,
world, we have the same first initial, and then it's all good.
And then
baby.
it's all
But,
fine.
Right.
yeah, he
That's
can
fair.
definitely wear mine. I
Yeah,
love a
I
man
don't- I
with a
don't-
chain and a. And
I don't
a-
think I've ever heard of a guy wearing a girl's.
I think that would be kind of hot.
Yeah.
I kind of love
Honestly.
that.
Yeah,
I would-
I love that.
I do. I love that.
men are not wearing enough jewelry, so
True.
Agree. Every time I see one with it,
I
I'm
know.
And
I'm
the
like,
ch-
oh my
yeah.
gosh, he
We
cares
love a
about.
chain.
He
Yeah.
cares about accessorizing.
Like, right? It's like they care about
They
themselves
have
a little
things
bit.
they care about.
Yes.
Period.
Those
Aw.
are hard to
Green
find.
flag.
Shout out guys who wear
Jewelry.
jewelry.
Yeah.
Green flag.
Period. Green flag.
Green flag.
All right. Well, that was all my icks and ahs. So, yeah, thank you for sharing with us
Yeah,
and coming on our show.
Now
It was
it's
so
all
fun
out
having
there.
you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we're actually not
Put it
cutting
all out.
anything. This is all going out.
Name drop.
Perfect.
Name drop.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a soft launch tomorrow to celebrate. There you
Yes.
go.
Oh my gosh. All right, Carly. So, what does the future hold for you?
Hopefully, very prosperous relationship.
Okay.
No, you know what? I think I'm just realizing more and more that it's better to be in a relationship that's comfortable and easy than chasing, the highs of these inconsistent, chaotic kind of dynamics, which can be addicting. But at the end of the day, I just want to like have a best friend and a partner.
Yes.
And I think that's what's really important. And those are the relationships that I see that last is when people have the same interests and hobbies and can do things together and just care about each other. And like, that's your number one. That's the person whose back you're going to have at the end of the day, no matter what.
Yeah.
So to have that kind of friendship first, I think above anything else. And then obviously, you want the like intimacy with your partner, but if you can have, if I can have that, a best friend and a partner, then I think I'd be pretty happy with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, knock on wood.
Brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers. Ring On It dives into modern love, commitment, and everything in between. If you want more, give us a follow on Instagram at Ring On It Pod.